computer. All right. Well, welcome to it. It seemed like the month be going by fast. For real.
Yeah, it does.
Like me and Nekisha just got through talking, just did last month, and now it's here again. But anyway,
Right.
I'm excited. I get really excited about teaching you guys, and I'm real pumped up because, you know, when I do a speaking engagement, that fire and that buzz from being on stage, so now I got all this energy and I'm acting crazy. And I went to my little old lady's house today and she fed us dinner, and I'm full and fat, so I'm just right now. Woo! So anyway, welcome everybody. If this is your first time, if you're watching a recording, welcome to the Ready Woman Code, our monthly live class. It's taught by me and various other high-powered coaches. And what we are doing here in the Ready Woman Code is we are taking a 10-month journey, a little longer for us, some who don't want to let go of the skirt tail. But it's designed to be a 10-month journey for you to be where you are to where you want to be in your happiness, your fullness of life, and in a dynamic love relationship. So that is what the Ready Woman Code is about. So before we jump into relationship or our next relationship, or be able to have a feeling, or, you know, some people need a relationship reset, you know, you need to be able to do self-discovery and master the things that you haven't been able to master as to why you're not in a relationship. You need to overcome the fears. You need to develop yourself more. And the ultimate thing that I talk about all the time is my formula is that bliss. You need to learn how to live in bliss. Even when chaos and craziness is happening around you, you need to learn that, you know, you need to be self-assured. You need to be in that happy place, because let me tell you, when you live in your bliss, it is like you are a lighthouse. You're familiar with a lighthouse. A lighthouse glows, and it's usually at the top of some type of pedestal mountain, and it tells the ships how to find their direction or to navigate. So if you are that lighthouse, then your ideal opportunities, your money, your man, everything that you desire will know how to navigate and find you, because you're being steadfast, which means in one place. You're not moving and jumping. You're not anxious. You're not desperate. You're not confused. You're not crazy. You're not emotional. Okay? You are this bliss. You are what so many women don't know that they need to be. You are the epitome of what a woman should be, filled in her power, filled in her glory, filled in her beauty, filled in her connectedness with God, filled in her connectedness with herself, and understanding who she is and who she is in the world. So when you are that lighthouse, your ships with an S come in, and they know how to get to you. You don't have to run all over the place. You don't have to be looking. Your ships come in. And so the Ready Woman Code is trying to teach you how to be that lighthouse, okay? So that's what we do. So I want to welcome the newbies. I want to welcome those who are taking a sneak peek at what we do up in here with the Ready Woman. Yeah, what we do over here, okay? So what I want to do just really quickly, because I was talking to someone, it was Dr. Carla. We were talking about the Ready Woman, and I said, I love the Ready Woman Code because it's like going to college, you know? It's like we got freshmen, we got sophomores, we got juniors and seniors, you know? So I'm excited. So I want to give you guys a chance to just introduce yourself. How you found the Ready Woman Code is one of the ladies who are already members invited you. Just let us know so we can say yay. But I want you to hear from the ladies who are already in a Ready Woman Code, like what their experience has been. and who they are, how long they've been in the code, and what their experience has been really quick. And so let's do that really, really quick because I want to get to the lesson, and I got a few other announcements before we jump into the lesson. So let's just really quick. And I think Ursula will be considered more like a junior. So let's Ursula, let's start off with you, boo.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ursula. I have been with the group since August. I started out knowing that I had a desire to become a wife, but just didn't know how to go about it. And was, have been dating and not having much success at all. And so, having been a part of the group, it has helped me to really dig deep. And learn about myself a little bit more and get real clear about what it is I want, not just in a relationship, but what I want out of life. And as a result, I'm extremely happy where I am and with the direction that my life is going in. Am I still learning? Absolutely. Not perfect, still make my mistakes here and there. But this has been a really good group to Nekisha's an awesome coach, has given lots of information, and it's just been wonderful connecting with women and sharing and learning.
Yay. Thank you, Ursula. And are you engaged yet?
Not yet.
Tell him to hurry up. Tell him I don't play that. How long we been doing this?
Well, he's buying a house now, so.
Okay. All right. He can buy
he's preparing.
a house to live in.
Yes.
That's fine. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I helped pick it out. So. Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Out your nest. That's right, honey. So you can lay your hens. That's right. That's beautiful. Let's see what else. Roberta, you better come off of that. Yes, there you go. I was gonna say you on mute. You didn't black yourself out. Let's go. Roberta should be a senior, but she's a sophomore.
I'm her problem child.
I know, that's my problem child. Go ahead, Roberta.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roberta. So I've been working with Nekisha since last summer. I think it's like June, July. Yes, I'm her problem child. I refuse to grow up. But I think that's because I know that when I graduate, I will no longer be working with Nekisha, and I love working with Nekisha. So where she's at, where I'm at, when I first met Nekisha, I was desiring to be a wife. I think now in the past 10 months, I've learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot of my challenges, what I needed to work on, what I need to get over. Now I think I'm just more, I still want to be the wife, but I want to more date now. And I'm still learning more about myself. So my last conversation with Nekisha was rebranding myself. Because I'm one of those people that I've been putting work first. I've been putting school first. So now this is the spring. So, in this spring, a lot of things are born. So now I'm putting myself first. And I started with the hair color. So I changed the hair color. Cute.
It is
Thank you. So now, I'll be changing my attitude. I'll be changing my wardrobe. So yeah, I'm having fun with it.
Yay! Thank you, Roberta. Okay, Miss Letitia. Now let's see. Letitia will be considered. She's a
repeat freshman.
Sophomore. Yeah. You're rising sophomore. Go ahead, Letitia.
Okay, my name is Letitia, and I consider myself a repeat freshman because I started the program, then I kind of stopped, and Nekisha was like, hey, come on, let's get back on track. I can't remember. I think I started, I want to say maybe October of last year.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, about October of last year. And it's been a very rewarding experience for me. I do have a desire to be married and to be a wife. But in the process, I'm learning things about me. So the desire is still there, but the focus is actually becoming a better woman. And that's what's happened in this program. I do start and I stop, but I'm getting better. Being faithful on the journey, but the journey has been just so amazing and so eye-opening. So now the focus is just being a better Letitia. And I believe, when being that blissful woman, the man he'll come.
Yes.
So that's why I am. So By the end of 10 months, hopefully I'll be a sophomore. And, you know.
You
So,
better be a senior.
I'll be a senior by the end of 10 months.
I don't want to keep y'all in the nest too long. I get out and fly.
But I love it. It's a wonderful program. It's been just an amazing journey. Wonderful experience.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I like just really quick, Letitia and us, when we did last month's class, we learned that it was so powerful. Even for me, she was saying I start a lot of stuff, but I never finish it. I never complete it. And it's the same in a relationship. You start a relationship and then he disappears. It's because they're responding to that innate person that you are. They only mirror who you are. You are the magician of your relationship. So I love the fact that she got that revelation that we can't start and stop, because you're gonna get the start and stop men, the men who disappear all the time, or their the opportunities that seem like they're gonna be good and then they turn out to be rotten eggs. So we have to learn to bring things to full completion. So I love it. Thank you, Letitia.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. We have I think I can't see everybody. Hold on. We have, okay, there's Daniela. We got a newbie, Daniela.
Yay.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Yeah, y'all will not see me because I done took my wig off. My foundation is, I'm looking. No, because we drove yesterday to Atlanta. That's where I met you. And me and my friend Kathy, she's in here too.
Okay.
We're from Jacksonville. We not born and raised. Well, no, I wasn't. She was born and raised. Anyway, about me. So we drove from Jacksonville, and I'm still trying to recuperate from all that.
Oh.
But yeah. So no, I'm so excited, like, to see you and hear you, because I've been feeling sad after reading your book, parts of it, because I feel like I'm reliving my life again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God. So I'm working through some stuff.
Ooh.
But yeah, I was married for like 16 years to just it was like a roller coaster relationship. But and we've been divorced maybe almost 4. But I'm not dating, and I'm single. I have 3 wonderful kids, no grandbabies. But the thing is, my career is like booming. I just became a licensed clinical social worker, and I'm doing like the independent contractor work. And then God is telling me to just go ahead and start like my transitional housing and just a lot of stuff.
Wow.
So I feel like my career is like my daughter told me, she just turned 15, that my life is work and them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even get out to meet people. I've had so many of my clients ask me out, and that sickens me, because it's like, really, y'all? But and then when I do meet someone, I feel like I'm doing a therapy session, because I don't even know how to act. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm used to either being a wife or a therapist, and of course a mother. So I'm just like all jumbled up. Okay. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure it out.
So we got to find Daniela in all of that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Well, we are so happy that you are here.
Thank you
so much.
Thank
all
you.
right, Miss Kathy, she outed you. Who are you? Take your mute off your phone, Kathy. We see you.
Keep sliding to the right, girl, and press that. Press that tap to speak.
Right. Where's she at? Kathy? She was like, okay, y'all outing me. I don't have time for this. Let me see. She not mute? Okay, now she's mute. Let me try to unmute her. Kathy, can you hear us? Okay, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna put you under pressure, or you could be having technical problems. Let me make sure I got everybody before we move on. I think I got everybody that's here tonight. Okay.
Nekisha.
Uh-huh.
My friend Lenora is on.
Okay, Lenora. Okay, that's right, Lamille. That's right. Sorry, you disappeared for a second. Go ahead, Lenora. Go ahead, Auntie. Go ahead.
I was just in listening mode. You ain't supposed to call me out like that, Roberta.
She had kind of disappeared off the screen too. I didn't see
My
her.
bad.
She said something.
I can see guys, and I can hear all of you. But I don't know what happened. I have the T-shirt on my screen now, so
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I can change it a little bit. Okay, go ahead. There we go.
Okay. So my name is Lenora. Roberta invited me to join this new The Ready Woman. I am ready. It's been a long, long time. Going back, I loved this one man who hurt me dearly. And so all the relationships after that, I think I kind of put them in the same category with him. So I never let it reach the full potential because I was always waiting for that hurt. And then after that, years later, my mom got sick. I took the time to take care of her. She passed on. Then my sister got sick. So then I became a caregiver. And my sister passed on. So it seemed like my life, I've been a caregiver. And as I look back, I've been doing some work lately this last year and a half about this as well. And what I find is I had taken on the role because my grandmother, the same thing, just last year, my aunt passed away, which was her caregiver, my mother's sister. So I ended up having to take care of my grandmother, who was 103. And then she died in November. So in my work, I'm saying, God, it seems as though even when I let my guard down, everybody I trust and love leave me. So I do that with men, because of the hurt that I went through. Then I'm always looking for that hurt, or I'm looking for, are they going to leave me? So I think it's me. Like I put up that, okay, I don't care, because eventually you're either going to hurt me or leave me. And with that and saying that, I really haven't found anyone that I've made a connection with. So, I've been doing the work on myself, and I think, I'm ready for my joy to come back. Even if it's not being a wife, I need joy for me. And that's where my soul is searching for, just the joy. And just to, someone said this earlier, revamping me, revitalizing my life, and leave the past in the past and just trying to find something better. And as someone else just mentioned about the education, I did all my secondary education while working full time. So again, it wasn't a joyful, but I did it because it was work, go to school, study, take care of your parents. It was just, for years, I think I just let everything come first. I didn't put me first. And now I feel like, okay, where am I? Where do I go from here? And it's not, like I said, it's not because I'm desiring to be a wife. I would like to be a wife. Maybe, that's not in the cards for me, but I do need joy.
Okay.
So I think speaking with these women and Roberta asking me to join the group, I think it would just help me in my work, what I'm doing now, trying to focus on me.
You got it. All right. All right, Daniela and Roberta, bringing on out there evangelizing. Thank you so much. And just a little bit about me. My name is Nekisha Michelle. I'm a certified matchmaker and dating coach. And in my past life, Daniela, I was a social worker, MSW. I was too chicken to do the LCSW. I ain't had time for all that. I was tired. But I did 6 years in social work, and my specialty was foster care and adoptions. I was really good at running foster care, and I was the director of adoptions before I went into doing matchmaking full time and date coaching full time. So that's my past, and my present is, people kind of know my story. The fact that the book outlines it beautifully. Like, I came from a crazy troubled past, and I didn't know what love was or healthy love. Didn't think I was lovable. Didn't think anybody would stay with me. Didn't, and then I blamed my weight. Like, I'm like, believing what everybody says. If I can just lose my weight, then all the men will love me because I'm a cute girl. So I believed that for a long time. But when I was at the crossroads of wanting to end my life because of a relationship that I was in, I was divorced, and then I was trying to date all these guys, and they kept disappearing on me. And then this last guy that I really thought loved me, he came out, and we did all this stuff, and I thought it was going to work, and then he disappeared on me too and blocked me from everything, blocked me from the social media, wouldn't call me back, wouldn't accept my text, and I was a crying fool. And I just made a pact with God. I said, if you would show me how to heal this hurt and show me how to coexist with men and make me the woman that a good man would want to marry, then I promise I will do my job with making sure other women don't hurt and don't go through what I went through, or at least telling them the shortcut, like, how do you really master this thing? And so God did his thing within 6 months with me. And I met my husband December 21st, 2012, and we've been together ever since. And I'm in a good, healthy relationship. It ain't, perfect like people think, like once you find your soulmate, everything's perfect. No, you continue to grow together and you continue to work through things, but he's my soulmate. He's my guy. He's got my back and I got his back. So I did that. When God did that for me, I've been here in the trenches trying to help other women. And now other guys find their idea, find themselves first, and then allow love to find them. So that's what I'm here doing in every which way possible. If it's through private coaching clients, private matchmaking clients, the Ready Woman code, if it's through my books, if it's through my program, if it's through my events, me speaking, whichever way I can spread my message of bliss, because that was my technique that God showed me. Whichever way I can spread my bliss and share that and help people come in and want to learn more about themselves and how to put themselves first and how to hold themselves in high regard so that they can pick and choose the right healthy relationships that they should be in. And that's what I'm here doing. So thank you all again for joining us tonight. So just really quick, we have a retreat. So the way the program goes is every month, every third Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a live class. We're live and interacting in the group. A lot of the material is through the book, and there are videos that you go in order to watch, short videos that you go in order and you do the assignment. So it's both. It's live interaction and digital, okay, and reading, okay? So it's that. And then we have a retreat that we do. The retreat is June. It's here in Atlanta. It's June 8th through the 10th. It's here, like I said, it's here in Atlanta. And then we have a graduation that's going to take place in Los Angeles in October, because I feel like we have to, have a check-in moment where we're all live together, interacting and retreating, actually taking what we've been learning and make it and practice it, make it real. Because see, I'm not there with you, so I don't know. A lot of times people just like to hear me talk and then they don't do anything with it, or they like to hear me talk and they think they're doing it right, but they're not. Because I remember Tanya, she's not on here tonight, but I remember Tanya thinking she had her house set up in the feng shui way. And so when I went to her house, when she became an actual private client, and I went to her house and I saw how she had it in her sacred room, and so I was like, what are you doing? Why these pictures look like this? This ain't right. And I stamped her whole room. So sometimes when you're interpreting things, you might think you're doing it right, but you're not. So this retreat is an opportunity for us to have not more me teaching, because I'm already doing that, but for us to have hands-on experience on how you actually put what I'm saying into real life experience, okay? So we have that in June, and like I said, and then graduation is October. So I'm hoping all you'll be able to graduate in October. You hear me, Roberta Shannon?
I'm not graduating. I refuse to graduate.
Graduation is in October in LA. So so that's what we have going on. So if you're interested in the retreat, I believe, and thank you. Who was that? Was it Roberta? You told Kim Yada to come, and Kim Yada put her deposit down for the retreat.
Oh, okay, good.
Thank you, Roberta. She's another one that I have to keep dragging back. That's another one. But she put her deposit down. So at this point, I honestly think all the slots are gone, but if more people want to come, then that means I just have to get a bigger house. So, and that's okay. I just didn't want it to be too big because I wanted it to be intimate. I don't want it to be like a big conference. I just want it to be, no more than 8 women. But if we do 10, I think that's still okay. So I think we're at 6 or 7. I just wanted it to be intimate. So if you want to go to the retreat, let me know and we'll get you signed up for the retreat. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is this week. What we also do is to get everybody's juices flowing, we do challenges. Okay. So the challenge this week, and we do them every so often, like every other month or something like that, I'll throw in a challenge. And a challenge is to rev you up and get you accelerating in what we're doing and what we're talking about. So this week's challenge starts tomorrow. And what happens is I'm going to give you something to do, something to think about and something to do. Number one, in order to do the challenge, you got to have an accountability partner. You cannot do this alone, okay? You got to learn to exchange love back and forth. That's the reason you have an accountability partner, to keep you accelerated and to keep you learning how to give and receive, okay? So make sure you get you an accountability partner, all right? But the challenge is the Super Soul Detox. So this is going to be self-love and purging your soul on steroids, okay? So you are yes, you're going to feel so good about yourself. Like some of these women are saying, oh, I came here, I thought I wanted a husband, but I think I'm so in love with myself. I'm good, because sometimes when you have those voids and you've been through a lot, you do think, well, if I just had a companion, everything would be okay. But that's usually because, there are some voids in your life. But when you learn to fill those voids, you realize it's actually optional. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe I just want somebody to go to the movies with. Or maybe I just, want somebody to, go to these galas with or whatever, Or you say, you know what, I think I'm healthy enough, I'm ready enough, and I have so much love to share. I'm ready out of my overage to be joined with my life partner. So it's just up to you. I know I had a former client, Jerry. I had a surgeon that I wanted to match her with. And I contacted Jerry and I said, Jerry, hey girl, what's going on? I have a surgeon I want you to meet. She was like, oh no, I got too many men right now. I'm good. Thank you. I'm good. I was like, what? But she wanted to be married. But now she's like, once she got her power and she understands who she is as a woman and she understands she can be married when she wants to, the surgeon didn't sound, it was like, oh, okay, no, thank you. Go to your next client. I'm good. I got too many men or whatever. And that's the place I want us to be in, a place of abundance versus deficit. Because it don't feel good to be at a deficit, okay, in anything, right? When that bank account hit negative, how you be about to fall over and die. You don't know how you got to pay these bills, So it is not good to be in a deficit in everything. And when you become, a ready woman, you're not at a deficit in anything. You are juicy. And I just wear my juicy wear. I'm juicy everywhere. Okay, so I wanted to talk about that. Okay, so we got all of that. So this week is the Super Soul Detox. So every day it is your job between you and your accountability partner to check the group for the assignment. It'll say day 1, Super Soul, and it'll tell you what that assignment is. And what I like to see happening is after you've done it, I want to see you posting about it or pictures of it or whatever, so you can stay engaged. Stay engaged. That's the way you end up elevating yourself, and that's the only way you're going to feel a difference. But if you're not engaged, you're just a looky-loo. Because we're not looky-loos. They just like to be, there are some people who just like to be around the fire, but they not added to the fire, and they're not really building. They're not doing much. They like to be around the fire. I don't want you to do that. It's your choice, right? But if you actually engage, you see instant results. That's how it's supposed to be. If it took me 6 months, then with the wisdom, I didn't have anybody teaching me, but it took me 6 months. So if it took me 6 months, I'm like, well, they should be able to do it faster. At least that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be able to do it faster and faster, okay? So, and I'm not rushing anybody because everybody has a learning curve and they learn and they absorb, and you have a full life. I get that. But just do your best to stay engaged, okay? So every day you're going to get an assignment in the group, and it's your job to look at that assignment and to do what it says do for the Super Soul Detox. And then what we'll do is, I haven't figured out if I'll just go live in the group at the end of the week, because it's 5 days. At the end of the week, I may just go live in the group, so that way you don't have to jump on here or nothing. And then we'll talk, or we may jump back on here, and so I can see what happened as a result. Because I'm looking for miracles and testimonies and expectations. I'm looking for all kind of stuff as a result of the Super Soul Detox, because it's very powerful. And very healing. So I can't wait. Yeah, you know what? We're going to jump back on here. I'll give you the date and the time, but we're going to jump back on here because I want to know what the results are after the end of 5 days, okay? All right. Now that I've talked y'all's head off, now I'm going to talk your head off some more. Now we're going to get into the lesson. So this is chapter 2 of The Ready Woman. And so chapter 2, give me a second. Let me figure out. Exit this. Okay. So, give me a second. I have my notes. I just want to make sure. Okay. So in chapter 2, I'm talking about aligning your soul. Okay, you have to have a soul that's aligned. So what am I talking about? You're aligning your soul. I'm talking about your mind, your will, and your emotions have to all be saying the same thing. But when there's a split in your thinking, and there's a split in the way you feel, you might be thinking one thing, but you're feeling something else. Like, for an example, I think it was Lenore that said, I don't know if it's in the cards for me to be married. Like, maybe I just need to find myself. That's a split in her thinking, because she's not sure in her thinking. She's not sure it's in the cards for her, but something in her would like to be married. Her emotions probably want to be married. Okay. So now what she does, she's either going to take 2 steps forward to trying to be on that path. But then when she gets on that path, because she's split in her thinking and her emotions, she does something to sabotage herself. Does that make sense? Yes, I done healed you right there, Lenore.
Yes.
Didn't I heal you?
Yes,
Yes. You good. You a ready woman now. Praise the Lord. Somebody passed the tithe and plate. Lenore just got out of her wheelchair and she is walking. So... wait a minute. She said, absolutely, you are on point. Okay, so that's what happened when the soul is not aligned. So it's important on this journey that you practice. The hardest thing you're probably going to have to do is learn how to not be a double-minded man. Mm-hmm. Because it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, not some of the ways, in all of. So what does that mean? Can't make decisions, not sure what you want, get success, then sabotage it, get something, then feel unworthy, the start-stop syndrome, not feeling like you can do it. All of that stuff is a double-minded man. So this is how you know. Wait a minute, somebody said glory. Somebody said glory. Okay. So this is how you know you're double-minded. I talked about this a little bit yesterday in my talking. You go to college because you know that's the thing that you're supposed to do. You go for PhD, you get your master's because that's the thing you're supposed to do. But when you get done, you're like, now what? That's because you're split. You're double-minded. And so then when you go out and you're trying to look for the right job, you don't get the right job. You get a job because you're split. Because all of you, just imagine if all of you was lined up and saying the same thing, you turn into a lighthouse. You start attracting and pulling the best opportunities, but it's because you're split. Now, what happens when you're split? And I keep holding up 3 because I want you to see your mind, your will, and your emotions, okay? So when you're split, what ends up happening is it's easy to get attacked in either of those areas because it's not together.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's easy to get attacked. So we keep feeling like, well, every time I get a guy, he treat me wrong because you're not aligned. Okay?
I get it.
You gotta be aligned. So when you're not aligned, the way your body tells you you're not aligned is it goes out of whack emotionally. It goes out of whack spiritually. It goes out of whack physically. Something goes out of whack. And what is happening is your soul is crying.
Wow.
It's crying. So, but what we do is we don't do self-discovery work. We don't figure out why our soul is crying. But what we want to do is we just try to find a pacifier and stick it in the mouth. And you know that pacifier, that baby will you notice how they suck real hard? Like, what is this foolishness? And you start rejecting it so it becomes not enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let me show you how this works. You might not be using drugs or smoking weed, but let me show you. I'm going to pick on Lenora a little bit. You keep finding people to save and got to help out.
Right.
That's a pacifier.
Wow.
And I'm going to pick on Letitia. You start running from state to state trying to find your promised land. And you get there, and you still something is off.
Yep.
That's a pacifier.
Yep.
You keep going back to school and going back to school for this certification, this and that. You still ain't happy. It's a pacifier because you're not aligned. Now, let me tell you what happens when you're not aligned. Not only is your soul crying and you keep trying to put the pacifier in your mouth, but you bring a lot of destruction and chaos to you. You keep bringing it to you. You bring a lot of destruction and chaos. And then you start to get depressed. There go the depression.
Wow.
Because depression means I don't think I can win. I cannot win for losing. Why even try? Every time I turn the corner, bam, something else. I can't even enjoy my little bit of peace. I had peace for 20 minutes and on the 21st minute, or you be like Lenore and you waiting. You like, okay, I've been happy for 2 days now. Uh-oh, here it comes. It's got to come. So now you confessing.
Yeah.
So so then when you're doing that, wow, you all in my business, Danielle. So then what happens is you got all this split going on, and now you react. You react with, Lenore said, I get in a relationship and then I just know he gonna leave anyway, so I act a fool. She reacted. She reacted to her soul crying. You know, you got Danielle that said, hey, I'm at the top of my career. I'm doing my thing. I'm a mama and I'm at the top of my career. I'm an LCSW. I'm doing contracts. I'm making all this money. The reaction. It's a reaction. She can't even find herself in all of that. I'm doing good outside of me. But when it comes to me, I don't even know who I'm looking at in the mirror. Those are reactions. I just realized that I holler a lot. When my soul is crying, I start hollering. It's a reaction. And guess what? Every time you react, you flunk the test and you got to go do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it again and again. So if your reaction is the same, guess what? You got to go take that test again. And each time it get harder and harder.
Mm-hmm.
And you get tired and tired. But every time you have that same reaction, the test has been failed. So in chapter 2, I'm teaching you that you, in order to have a decent relationship, not just with the person, but with yourself, you got to know how to soothe that crying soul. You got to learn how to align yourself and put yourself together. And I talked about this yesterday. Sometimes it's just about making a decision. You don't have to have a tug of war with yourself. If you want, and I'm speaking to you, Lenore, I'm speaking into your life. If you want to be married, you make a decision. I want to be married. You don't have to worry about what's in the cards. Who cares? I don't feel like gambling. Ain't nobody got time to gamble. It is in the cards. If you want it to be, if you don't want it to be, it ain't gonna be. It's up to you. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
You make a decision. So let's talk about this. Why is it important to not only understand the soul in terms of relationship? You understand that we get into relationship for 3 reasons, and sex ain't one of them. Sex is just a bonding mechanism that feels so good if you're with the right person. Sex is not one of the reasons we get into relationship. It's just not it. Okay? Sex is a bonding mechanism and it's a creation mechanism. Okay? Sex is created to help you bond to your husband so that y'all can become one, thinking and then you're doing and being able to move with more power. The Bible said 1 can put 1,000 in flight, but 2 can put 10,000 in flight, which means with your husband, you should be able to do so much more. You should be able to create, and not just babies, but create legacy. Write that down. Legacy.
Yes. Oh,
you can't create a legacy if there is a split in the relationship, a division. When people have 2 different visions, it's called division. It's a split. Now, if you have a division, you have to go back to your crying soul. Are there divisions in your soul? Now, I'm not saying that you're the reason a relationship doesn't work out, but guess what? You are the head. I'm sorry, the man is the head and you're the neck. He can't exist without you. Have you ever seen somebody with no neck? They can't turn, they can't operate, they can't do it. So although I'm not saying you're the blame, but I feel you have enough power in you to change and shift things when you know how to bring your soul to one and be in an alignment and not react, but learn to respond and understand about legacy and vision and the reason for relationships. So 3 reasons, the main powerful reasons for a relationship outside of companionship and all of that stuff. 3 reasons. Number 1, and it depends on where you are in your walk, where you are in your life, where you are in your belief system. Number 1, it is there to point to the part of your soul that's crying. That's the first thing. A relationship is going to magnify, it's going to poke at, it's going to magnify, poke at, make you aware of where your tender parts are. So for an example, I remember when I would date, I used to always get this panicky feeling like they were going to leave me because wasn't I doing enough? I didn't feel like I was doing enough. But that panicky feeling wasn't about were they going to leave, because yes, they were going to leave, but the panicking feeling was I was giving too much of me out and not receiving enough. But I didn't know that because I wasn't in self-discovery and I didn't realize. So I started trying to do a whole lot to make sure they wouldn't leave me, but they were going to leave anyway because I had left me. Does that make sense?
That's good.
You got
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Thank you, Jesus. Number two, so they
Wow.
poke at the part of you that's crying, okay? Number two, a relationship is supposed to elevate you into your purpose,
Mm-hmm.
okay? To elevate you. So you're already playing around in your purpose, but it's to elevate you. Let me give you an idea. So I was doing okay in my life, a social worker, and I would do little things on the side, little passion, little life coaching, little passion projects. When my husband came into my life and I asked him one day, I said, what do you think is I'm good. I can do a lot of things, but I'm just confused, like what I really need to be doing. He said, baby, you a TV personality. Like you need to be on TV. And I was like, yeah, but they told me I was too big to be on TV. My husband said, babe, you asked me. I'm telling you, you need to be on TV. I took the gamble and started auditioning. I got so much TV work. I landed a whole series on HGTV. They love me. They start passing my name around to other casting directors and all. It was crazy. He elevated my purpose.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
When I needed to do an event, guess what? My husband is a graphic designer. He do it on the side. I want him to do it more, but he do it on the side. I get to come to him. And the flyer he just showed me for this next event coming up, it's like, whoa! I said, baby, don't go to sleep because I got to reward you well. He just laughed. He laughed like y'all laughing. He was like, oh, God, this woman. But he elevates my purpose. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then number three, relationships come to deepen your spiritual or your divine connection. Because what you'll learn as a ready woman and as a wife to be and all of that is you can't react to men. Men will do, we're different species. We came here to serve two different purposes. So when you know that what you would normally do doesn't work, you learn to pray. You learn to get closer to your divinity. And let me tell you, there's nothing like God fighting for you.
Yes,
Ooh,
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not going to let his daughters be trampled over.
Mhm.
But just because you say you his daughter don't mean you his daughter.
Right.
So in this single time, I always say single doesn't mean you are alone. Single means you are in your season of wholeness. You're learning to be whole. Because number one is a whole number. So you're learning to be whole during this time. And being whole, you have someone to date. How often are you getting up and dating him?
Mm.
How often are you sitting and just having that quiet time, that meditation, and all your hustle and bustle and giving yourself out to the world? How often are you dating yourself? And I'm not just meaning just take yourself to go eat, but really getting to know yourself. Really studying yourself to make sure you are approved, that you approve of you. Who the hell else cares if they don't approve? Do you approve? So relationships, okay? Those three things to poke at your crying soul so you know what part you're reacting and you need to heal. To help you get into your purpose. And three, to tighten up that relationship with your divinity. You cannot have a relationship with God if you don't have a relationship with you, because he does not know you.
So
We got it backwards. We got it backwards.
That's right.
You have to have a relationship with you, and you have to have a relationship with him. Because what are you presenting to God? And then when he brings a man, what are you presenting to him?
Mm-hmm.
So it works like that. What's done in the spiritual manifests in the natural.
Yeah.
So you can go on all the websites you want, and and you can do all this stuff, but if the spiritual connection is not there, then you're probably only dealing with the first part of why we have relationships, and that's to keep pointing towards what part of your soul is not aligned. Okay. So I'm going to end that there. Let's see. So what I want you to do is go to chapter 2 and look at the end of chapter 2, and it gives you assignments to how to soothe that crying soul. And it also talks about having your self-care plan.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a self-care plan. Because if you keep reacting, you keep getting the same thing. So you have to learn to respond. I'm angry. So normally when I'm angry, I'm holler. So now instead of hollering, I say, okay. And I was like, okay, you need to go journal and you need to meditate. Because I got to pass this anger and hollering test. Okay. I don't want to keep going through that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you got to figure out and rewrite the story of how you're going to respond and get your soul aligned. Does that make sense? Are there any questions? Y'all shaking your head no. How come y'all ain't got no questions? Let me see what what's going on in this chat room. Oh, that's a good one. When people tell you you are amazing, but you don't see it. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been guilty about self-sabotage. I hear you, Ursula. Lenore said, I hear you. My talk, self-sabotage, yes. Legacy, I say that to my kids a lot. Good. That was powerful, Ursula. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. This is why I did this program like this. We could have did this program in 9 weeks, but this takes some time. So that's why we do a chapter a month. So don't go and try to read the whole book. That's not the point of this. It's a textbook. A chapter a month, because when we come to next month, your soul should be aligned. Do you get where I'm going with this program? Your soul should be aligned. I should see some powerful and your soul being aligned and doing the super soul detox this week. Honey, I wouldn't be surprised if all of y'all wouldn't be engaged by next week.
Yes.
Your mouth to God's ears.
Okay, I would be surprised. It raises all kinds of stuff. But let's set that intention. Set that intentions. What do you want? Let me tell you guys something. I'm almost scared and about to cry. Believe me, I'll be talking to myself. That's why I get off field, because I'm talking to myself too. So California has been missing me, and I've been missing California. And somebody put my name. Oh, thank you, Daniela.
You're welcome.
So anyway, y'all know my past is social work and director of adoptions, all of that. Well, this agency needs an administrator, and they called me. And what they offering is really good. But I got a business. And I miss LA. I want to go back home. But I know I've been doing good work in Atlanta. So I have a third interview tomorrow.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yes.
But I'm afraid if I take it, it's going to make me lose my business, because, you know, I put all this energy into what I do. So I'm saying all that to say I'm split right now, y'all. So I need this Super Soul Detox as well, because it's about deciding what you want and not what they need. And so I'm here with you guys. It ain't about love, but it's about my future. And I know that I'm good at a lot of things. And that was one, and they calling me, they like, we want you. Interviewing me over the phone, not even video chat. They like, we just talk.
Wow.
So I need y'all to pray for me. But I'm going to say what they always say, what would you say to your clients? Say it to yourself. I would say, it's what you want. What do you ultimately want? And what you want, you have to declare it, write it down. There's mindfulness in writing things down. Write it down and declare it. And this week, with the intention, we have to be bold and intentional. We talked about that, I believe, last month or maybe the month before. You have to be bold, and I think it was 2 months ago. Be bold and intentional, okay, about what you want. You have to be confident. You have to walk upright and with confidence. Write it down what you're looking for. And let's make it happen this week. If your money been funny,
Yes.
write it down. Let's get it together.
Yeah.
No need. There's no need. We're too powerful. You're not sure you want to be married? Write it down. Write your intentions. Let's write these intentions. You can put your intentions in the group if you want to. This is my intention for this week. But make sure you get your accountability partner. There's many of us now. Get your accountability partner. Do the assignment at the end of the book. But again, at the end of chapter 2, again, you don't have to do it in one night. Take your time because there's multiple assignments. Take your time. You got a month. Get through those assignments. Ask questions in the group. Talk to your accountability partner. What's going on with you? Be there for each other. And then let's get through this Super Soul Detox and let's see what happens at the end of the week. And then probably maybe, I don't think I have anything going on Sunday, but if I don't have anything going on Sunday, then I'll put in the group. Maybe we'll just come together just to talk about the Super Soul Detox. No teaching, but just what happened for you this week. Okay. Is that cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And so that's all I have. Y'all said y'all don't have no questions. Y'all got it. Y'all can preach it to somebody else. I'm good. Let me see what the chat room say. Because we only supposed to be here in an hour, and I did. Follow your true purpose, Nikki. Oh, Lord. Oh, Ursula. Oh, Sarah. Oh, Sarah.
What is God calling you to do?
Oh, Sarah.
Yes, his will and his purpose.
Yeah.
I think you know what that is.
Yeah.
You know that he honors anything that is in divine order. So I'm praying we're praying with you, praying for you.
Yes.
But yeah, you got to surrender your will. It's about his will and his purpose. So what is he calling you to do? You know what he's calling you to do.
Okay, we done. Good night.
It's hard. Yeah, I know.
It's
hard. But yeah, so we pray. We gonna pray that God's will be done, whatever that may be.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, until
Don't
we
give you what you to do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, this recording will be for the new people. We need to talk so I could tell you, kind of orient you and tell you where everything is and all of that kind of stuff. So let's try to do that early as possible so you're not behind. But this recording will be on the platform. I've had a lot of trouble with that platform. I think I may switch over to Teachable. I got to look at what their prices are because I just want it to be simple. But some people are still having problems logging in. And then Squarespace I could see the full page, but then when you log in, you can only see the top of the page. I was like, what is going on? So bear with me. I may switch everything over to Teachable's platform. So then y'all can just go in there and get the lessons or whatever. But for right now, let's just try to muddle through. But anyway, all the past teachings are in there. And it's only going to let you see what you're supposed to see because I have it in drip format. Because before, when I just had it open, people would just go in there and just try to watch everything. They weren't learning anything. So now it's at drip format so that you bite-sized pieces, okay? So I need to work on that tomorrow. I'm definitely going to work on that tomorrow to get it all up to snuff and everything. But other than that, do what you got to do. I love you guys until we meet or speak. Hug yourself for me, and I'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Look at Ursula with her book. All right, don't forget, if you want to go to the retreat, you want to come and do the retreat, let me know. Message me in a group, whatever, and we can talk about it, okay?
Okay.
All right, good night.
Good night.